So today we ranked all 20 add-ons for the nurse with examples for you guys to see in game. Without any further ado, let's get right into the video. So very fast, I just want to outline the criteria that I'll be using for each tier, which is crazy. Me using a criteria unheard of. I play nurse, I break every rule in the game. Why do I have a criteria for add-ons? Huh? But anyway, for an add-on to be considered F tier, it has to be detrimental to use, i.e. give you absolutely no value and actually hurt your gameplay. For an add-on to be considered E tier, it has to be inconsistent to use and not necessarily help you that much. For an add-on to be considered D tier, it's gonna have to be kind of consistent, but again, not net you that much value. For an add-on to be considered C tier, it has to be consistent. For an add-on to be considered B tier, it has to be pretty consistent. For an add-on to be considered A tier, it has to be extremely consistent. And for an add-on to be considered S tier, it has to be hyper consistent. So kicking us off in F tier, we have number 19 and number 20. These two could be considered interchangeable, but first off, we have the spasmodic breath. After hitting a survivor with a blink attack, you increase your movement speed by 4.6, but it disables your ability to blink. Second off, we have the iridescent matchbox, which increases the movement speed of the nurse by 4.2 for the entire game and reduces your ability to blink by 1. I feel like I don't have to explain why these two add-ons are really bad. They obviously turn nurse into a very gimmicky M1 killer with occasional blinks. But nonetheless, they are kind of fun to use for funny builds, but other than that, they really do not help nurse players in any way, shape, or form. So at number 18 and still in F tier is the White Knit Comb. This is a brown add-on and grants 100% blood point bonus for successful blink attacks, but it decreases the lunge range of a blink attack by 50%. Again, I don't think I need to explain why this is an F tier. Not being able to lunge 50% is massive, and only for the upside of blood points that you could get from a offering. There is no real reason to run this other than for a meme. So at number 17, we have the Dull Bracelet. This is a yellow add-on for the nurse and grants 100% blood bonus for precise blinks in the match, but it reduces the maximum range of your blink by 4 meters. So this add-on is basically worthless. Giving up 4 meters of your range of a blink is insane, so you should never run this and avoid this at all costs. And rounding us off at number 16 in F tier is going to be the Pocket Watch. This is a yellow add-on for the nurse, and all it does is increase the duration of the chain blink window by 0.2 seconds. So why is the Pocket Watch at the top of my F tier at number 16? And the reason why is because it gives you a little bit more of a window to be able to make a decision after your first blink, whether or not you're going to go for your second or for T. But ultimately, it's not amazing, and that is why it's at the top of F tier. Before we jump into the E tier, I would like to ask you to hit the like button and hit the sub button. I really appreciate all the support that I've had, and we're almost at 500 subscribers, which is crazy. This video is a massive thank you for all the support so far, guys. But let's continue with the E tier. So in E tier, we have number 14 and 15. These could be interchangeable. First off, we have Campbell's Last Breath, which is a purple add-on for the nurse. Immediately blink at half charge the direction the nurse is facing after reappearing from a fully charged blink. And second off, we have Jennifer's Last Breath, which is also a purple add-on for the nurse. Press the active ability button during the chain blink window to use Jennifer's Last Breath. Immediately blink back to the previous location. So Campbell's Last Breath can be good for traversing the map, and Jennifer's Last Breath can be good to catch some survivors off guard if they're not paying attention. But I feel like both of these add-ons are extremely gimmicky and don't really land you net consistent value in a match all of the time. Moving on to D tier, we have the Anxious Gasp. This is a green add-on for the nurse. Blinking past the survivor causes them to scream. Grants 200 blood points in the devious category. So this add-on isn't extremely useful, though there is a small amount of tech that can be done with this. If you blink through players that are about to vault or unhook, you can actually give the survivors a little bit of a delay. But I do have a video that is going to be coming out on this channel that may help with that and actually make this add-on a little bit more useful. So make sure to hit that sub button if you guys are new so you don't miss that video. At number 12, we have the Bad Man's Last Breath. This is a purple add-on. Hitting a survivor with a blink attack grants the undetectable status for 16 seconds. This effect has a cooldown of 60 seconds. So this add-on isn't extremely useful either. It can be okay for a mid-chase surprise, especially if you're already chasing someone, or you could use it to actually pressure someone else off a gen or off a hook. without them knowing. But realistically, it isn't that great. So starting in C tier, we have the Wooden Horse. This is a brown add-on, and it reduces the additional fatigue duration from a missed blink attack by 0.5 seconds. So this is a great beginner add-on. It basically erases your mistakes from swinging if you miss, but I feel like this isn't exactly the best thing. I feel like players need to learn their timing and their mistakes, and eradicating that isn't the best thing in my mind. So at number 10, we have the Plaid Flannel. This is a brown add-on and unlocks the ability to see the target location of the blink. So this add-on is an add-on I use a lot because I'm colorblind. So if you're colorblind, this might actually be the solution for you. But other than that, it is really good for beginner nurse players to understand the muscle memory of how far and what they can and cannot blink through. So I want to talk about the Plaid Flannel and how I integrate it into advanced level play. A lot of people take Plaid Flannel as its face value, but realistically, you can actually use it to trace rooms. When you actually blink through an object, the Plaid Flannel glows red. It also takes a few seconds for it to phase through, but you can use this to be extremely deadly precise and actually use it to trace rooms or jungle gyms to know the layout before the survivor even gets there. So I use it quite often to precisely blink in doorways or inside pallets to prevent them from dropping the pallet on me. So at number 9, we have Catatonic Boy's Treasure. This is a yellow add-on, and it reduces the additional fatigue duration from chain blinks by 1 second. This add-on isn't bad, it is consistent and will give you value in the match, but it's not the best, and that is why it's here at number 9. At number 8, we have the Bad Man's Keepsake. This is a yellow add-on. Hitting a survivor with the blink attack reveals their aura if they are healing or being healed within 28 meters of the nurse. This effect lasts for 60 seconds after the blink attack. Honestly, not a bad add-on either. It is essentially Nurse's Calling as an add-on. At number 7, we have the Metal Spoon. This is a brown add-on. Hitting a survivor with a blink attack increases the volume of grunts of pain by 50% for 60 seconds. This is another add-on that basically is a perk. It's kind of like Strider as an add-on. It isn't too bad either for new or advanced players. So starting us off at B tier at number 6 is the Torn Bookmark. This is an iridescent add-on. It increases the available power token by 1 and increases the power recharge timer by 50%. This add-on really shines inside small maps, things such as Midwich or Gideon. For me personally, I don't think it's that useful because I don't need 3 blinks, but it is very good for beginner and advanced nurses. At number 5, we have Ataxic Respiration. This is a green add-on. It reduces the fatigue duration of a blink by 0.25. This add-on is a fantastic add-on for nurse and realistically is ran quite frequently by a lot of nurse players. I feel like it does have some limitations, which is why it's at the high end of B tier. At the bottom of A tier, we have number 4, and that is Dark Cincture. It's a yellow add-on, and it reduces the power token recharge time by 0.4 seconds per token. This is a fantastic add-on. Anything to do with recharge normally tends to be high in quite a lot of tier lists for nurse players, and it is definitely one of the bread and butter add-ons for nurse players in general. Sadly, I can't put this any higher because there is actually a better version of this later in the list. Talking of later on down the lists, we have number 3, and that is Fragile Wheeze. This is a green add-on, and it reduces the power token recharge time by 0.6 seconds per token. This add-on again is absolutely fantastic. Basically the upgrade from the previous spot, Dark Cincture. This is again a bread and butter add-on that most nurse players run with quite a lot of different variation add-ons. And rounding us off at the top of A tier is Heavy Panting. This is a green add-on. It increases the maximum range of a blink by 4 meters, increases the charge time of a blink by 20%, and increases the duration of a blink by 20%. I feel like I don't need to explain why this is at the top. Anything to do with range is normally going to be at the top of most add-ons tier lists for nurse. So at number 1 and the only add-on in S tier is Kavanaugh's Last Breath. This is a purple add-on. It increases the maximum range of a blink by 6 meters, increases the charge time by 30%, and increases the duration blink by 30%. Again, I don't really think this is disputed. This is absolutely the best add-on for nurse. Anything to do with range is going to be high on anyone's tier list, but this is honestly disgusting. Being able to traverse traverse the map as fast as you can and covering as much ground as possible really does not give the survivors a lot of opportunity to actually make plays or even make that much distance. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button if you guys are completely new. Check the link down below where we have our Twitch link. I want to give a massive shout out to Shelby. Their channel will also be in the description below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.